This video is going to be a review on how to graph linear equations in slope-intercept form. Now, first we have to remind ourselves what slope-intercept form is. Slope-intercept form has the equation y equals mx plus b, where x and y are our input and output points, which create our ordered pairs. So therefore, we have to define what m and b are. M represents our slope, which we recall as the change in y divided by the change in x. Our b represents our y-intercept. Now remember that our y-intercept is a special point that is where our graph crosses the y-axis and therefore has some point 0, y. Now in this case, when we look at this, our equation is going to be 0, b, with our y-intercept being whatever b is. Okay, so here are two examples we're going to graph. First, we're going to look at the y equals 3x plus 4. And we need to pull out the important information. We notice that our y-intercept is a positive 4. So therefore, that's the point 0, 4. Our slope is m equals 3. That's the same as 3 over 1. So we have a rise of 3 and a run of 1. So let's plot some points, because we need 2 points to graph an equation. So first, let's find 0, 4, which is about right there. Well, now my slope says rise 3, so 1, 2, 3, and run 1. So there's my second point, and therefore I can then graph it. Now let's look at the second one. The second one, on the other hand, has a y-intercept of -1, because as we can look, as we're matching up, and we see that the original equation has a plus b. Therefore, in order to make the plus into a negative, we had to have input a negative number. So our y-intercept is 0, -1, and our slope is -1 over 3. So again, let's plot 0, -1 first, which we have right about there. And then we go down 1, so down 1, and to the right 3. 1, 2, 3. And plot that second point. With that second point, since we have no restricted domain, we're going to connect those dots, draw arrows to show that it's infinite, and that's our 2 graphs. Sometimes when we're asked to graph something using slope-intercept form, we might have to convert it to slope-intercept form. Now our graph right here is actually in standard form, but we want to get it in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Therefore, we have to isolate y. So first things first is I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. Now, because the x comes first here, I also want the x to come first in my equation. So therefore, my -4x is going to be written first, followed by the positive 40. Now I have to divide through by 8. So I divide each term by 8, which results in y equaling -4/8 reduces to -1/2 x. 40 divided by 8 is 5. Our equation is now in slope-intercept form for us to then graph. So let's pull out the key information. Our y-intercept is the point 0, 5, which we get from right there. And our slope equals -1/2, which we get from right there. Now, I'm just going to make this again slightly smaller so then I can make the graph bigger. And let's now graph this. We have the point 0, 5, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right there's our y-intercept. And we go down 1 over 1, 2, which is right there. We connect the points, and we have now graphed our equation.